about how a plane actually flies. I found those on is it like Paramount site? I need to watch it.
I really like first of all, they start the videos with there's a plane with the planes you're looking for over there. Yeah, well, first of all, they started to make the gun go wrong with video.
Over Southampton. Later, he described that nearly fateful day.
That was a glorious day. The sun was shining from a cloudless sky, and there was hardly a breath of wind anywhere. Our squadron was going towards Southampton on patrol at 15,000 feet, when I saw 3 Junkers 88 bombers about 4 miles away, flying across our bows. I reported this to our squadron leader, and he replied, "Go after them with your section." So I led my section of aircraft round towards the bombs. We chased hard after them, but when we were about a mile behind, we saw the 88s fly straight into a squadron of Spitfires. I used to fly a Spitfire myself, and I guessed it was curtains for the 3 Junkers. I was right, and they were all shot down in quick time, with no pickings for us. I must confess I was very disappointed, for I'd never fired at a Hun in my life and was longing to have a crack at them. So we swung round again and started to climb up to 18,000 feet over Southampton to rejoin our squadron. I was still a long way from the squadron when suddenly, very close in rapid succession, I heard 4 big bangs. They were the loudest noises I had ever heard, and they had been made by 4 cannon shells from Messerschmitt 110 hitting my machine. The first shell tore through the hood over my cockpit and sent splinters into my left eye. One splinter, I discovered later, nearly severed my eyelid. I couldn't see through that eye for blood. The second cannon shell struck my spare petrol tank and set it on fire. The third shell crashed into the cockpit and tore off my right trouser leg. The fourth shell struck the back of my left shoe. It shattered the heel of the shoe and made quite a mess of my left foot. But I didn't know anything about that either until later. Anyway, the effect of these 4 shells was to make me dive away to the right to avoid further shells. Then I started cursing myself for my carelessness. What a fool I'd been, I thought. What a fool. I was just thinking of jumping out when suddenly a Messerschmitt 110 whizzed underneath me and got right in my gun sight. Fortunately, no damage had been done to my windscreen or sights, and when I was chasing the Junkers, I had switched everything on, so everything was set for a fight. I pressed the gun button, for the Messerschmitt was in nice range. He was going like mad, twisting and turning as he tried to get away from my fire, so I pushed the throttle wide open. Both of us must have been doing about 400. We went down together and dived. First he turned left, then right, then left and right again. He did 3 turns to the right and finally a 4th turn to the left. I remember shouting out loud at him when I first saw him, "I'll teach you some manners, you hunt." And I shouted other things as well. I knew I was getting him nearly all the time I was firing. By this time, it was pretty hot inside my machine in the burst petrol tank. I couldn't see much flame, but I reckon it was there all right. I remember looking once at my left hand, which was keeping the throttle up. It seemed to be in the fire itself, and I could see the skin peeling off, yet I had little pain. Unconsciously, too, I had drawn my feet up under my parachute on the seat to escape the heat, I suppose. Well, I gave the Hun all I had, and the last I saw of him was when he was going down, with his right wing lowered on the left. I gave him a parting burst, and as he disappeared, started thinking about saving myself. I decided it was about time I left the aircraft and bailed out, so I immediately jumped up from my seat. But first of all, I hit my head against the framework of the hood, with all that was left. I cursed myself for a fool, pulled the hood back, wasn't I relieved when it slid back beautifully, and jumped up again to float down. Then an aircraft, a Messerschmitt I afterwards heard, came tearing past me. I decided to pretend that I was dead, and hung limply by the parachute strap. The Messerschmitt came back once, and I kept my eyes closed. But I didn't get the bullets I was half expecting. I don't know if he fired at me. The main thing is that I wasn't hit. While I was coming down like that, I had a look at myself. I could see the bones of my left hand showing through the knuckles. Then, for the first time, I discovered I'd been wounded in the foot. Blood was oozing out of the lace holes of my left shoe. My right hand was pretty badly burned too. So I hung down a bit longer, and then decided to try my limbs, just to see if they would work. Thank goodness they did. I still had my oxygen mask over my face, but my hands were in too bad a state to take it off. I tried to, but I couldn't manage. I found, too, that I had lost one trouser leg, and the other was badly torn, and my tunic was just like a lot of torn rags, so I wasn't looking